The test of loyalty. Long ago, in a kingdom where golden castles touched the sky and rivers gleamed like silver, there ruled a wise but proud king named Aldred. He was revered across the land, and his kingdom prospered under his rule. But as time passed and old age crept upon him, King Aldred decided to divide his kingdom among his 3 daughters so he could rest in peace. However, before doing so, he sought an answer to one question: which of my daughters loves me the most? He summoned his daughters Lillian, Rosalind, and Evelyn to the grand royal court, where golden chandeliers illuminated the hall. A nobleman watched in silence. "Which of you loves me the most?" the king asked, his voice filled with expectation. The eldest daughter, Lillian, who was ambitious and cunning, stepped forward. She bowed low and declared, "Oh, my noble father, my love for you is immeasurable. It is brighter than the stars and more endless than the sky. My life has no meaning without you." The king smiled in delight. "Well spoken," he said, granting her a vast portion of the kingdom. Then came the second daughter, Rosalind, who was even more calculating than Lillian. She spoke quickly. "Oh, dearest father, my love for you surpasses the deepest oceans and the tallest mountains. No treasure in this world is greater than my devotion to you." King Aldred, overjoyed, granted her another large part of the kingdom. Finally, it was Evelyn's turn, the youngest and most honest daughter. Unlike her sisters, she did not believe in empty flattery. "And you, my dear Evelyn?" the king asked expectantly. Evelyn spoke softly but firmly. "My father, I love you as a daughter should love her father, neither more nor less. You gave me life, and I honor you above all, but love is not measured in words. It is proven through actions." The king's smile vanished. His pride was wounded. "Neither more nor less? Is this how you value me?" he thundered. "If you cannot love me beyond measure, then you shall have nothing." With that, he cast Evelyn out of the kingdom, disowning her. Heartbroken yet determined, Evelyn wandered far from her father's land. She journeyed through treacherous forests, crossed mighty rivers, and braved the dangers of the unknown. After many days, she arrived at a distant kingdom ruled by an aging king who had no heir. Evelyn, though a princess by birth, had nothing to her name. She worked in the palace gardens, tending to the flowers with patience and care. The old king noticed her kindness and wisdom, and as time passed, he sought her counsel in matters of the kingdom. Her honesty and intelligence won his admiration, and when he fell ill, he declared her his rightful successor. Thus, Evelyn became Queen of Aurelian, ruling with wisdom, compassion, and justice. Under her reign, the kingdom flourished and its people adored her. Meanwhile, back in King Aldred's kingdom, trouble brewed. Lillian and Rosalind, now in power, showed their true colors. Once they had taken their portions of the land, they no longer needed their father. First, they stripped him of his titles. Then, they dismissed his loyal servants. Finally, they cast him out of the palace entirely. On a stormy night, King Aldred wandered the forests, shivering in rags. The sky roared and the rain poured down mercilessly. "I cast away my true daughter and trusted deceivers," he cried into the night, but there was no one to listen. Far away, Queen Evelyn received word of her father's fate. Though he had wronged her, she could not bear to see him suffer. Gathering her armies, she rode back to her homeland, determined to set things right. A great battle erupted between Evelyn's forces and her sister's armies. With courage and strategy, Evelyn led her troops to victory. Lillian and Rosalind, defeated, were banished from the kingdom. Evelyn entered the castle and found her father, frail and broken. As soon as she saw him, tears welled in her eyes. "Father!" she cried, rushing to embrace him. The old king, barely able to lift his head, touched her face with trembling hands. "I cast you away, yet you have returned," he whispered. Evelyn smiled gently through her tears. "Because I am your daughter, and true love does not need words." She took her father back to Aurelian, where he was cared for with love and respect. Over time, he realized the depth of Evelyn's devotion. "True love is not found in words but in actions," he admitted at last. "I was blind, but now I see." King Aldred spent his remaining years in peace, surrounded by the love he had once rejected. The story of Queen Evelyn became a legend, passed down through generations, teaching that empty words mean nothing, while true love is proven through actions. Those who deceive may rise for a time, but in the end, truth always prevails.